From the charges he's facing to his inhumane jail conditions, let's dive deep into the intriguing case of Young Thug's legal troubles. We'll keep you updated on all the latest developments in this ongoing story, so stay tuned. Today we're talking about none other than Grammy Award-winning rapper Young Thug, the man behind hits like Stoner and Danny Glover. The real name of this enigmatic artist is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, and he's about to face off against the legal system in the state of Georgia. Jury selection was happening in Atlanta, the city where Williams rose to fame, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Williams and 14 other defendants have been charged with a whopping 8 criminal counts, including conspiracy to violate the federal RICO or racketeering law. This is a huge deal. Let me break it down for you. The indictment claims that back in 2012, Williams co-founded a street gang called YSL, or Young Slime Life. This group, according to the prosecution, wreaked absolute havoc on the city of Atlanta. They're accused of everything from attempted armed robbery to murder. It's a wild ride, and we're just getting started. Young Thug, the mastermind behind hit songs in the beating heart of Atlanta's thriving rap scene, is said to be the leader of this criminal street gang founded in the city in 2012. Along with Gunna and 26 other accomplices, they are named in the grand jury indictment as members of YSL. But what exactly is YSL? The prosecution claims that it has an affiliation with the National Bloods gang, and some of its members even claim affiliation with the Bloods' small subsection gangs Sex, Money, Murder, or 30 Deep. In 2016, the rapper launched Young Stoner Life as an etching of 300 Entertainment. YSL Records refers to its artists as the Slime Family, and Gunna, along with rappers Lil Duke, Yak Gotti, and Thug's brother, Funk, have been charged alongside Young Thug. The district attorney in charge of the case, Fani Willis, makes it clear that fame and celebrity status doesn't matter when it comes to breaking the law. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia and break laws, especially if those crimes benefit a street gang, you will become a target and focus of this district attorney's office, and they will hold you accountable to the fullest extent of the law. She claims that gangs are responsible for 75 to 80% of all violent crime in the community, and they must be expelled. But it's not just the usual street crimes that YSL is accused of. The indictment charges all 28 defendants with conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, otherwise known as RICO, by engaging in a trend of unlawful behavior to gain property and cash. That's right, the prosecutors are comparing YSL to the mafia. District Attorney Fani Willis, who is in charge of the case, is taking a hardline stance on the matter. She claims that regardless of a person's notoriety or celebrity status, if they break laws in Fulton County, Georgia, they'll be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. And with Willis claiming that gangs are responsible for 75 to 80% of all violent crime in the community, it's no surprise that she's making it her mission to take down YSL. But the accusations against YSL and its members don't stop there. The indictment includes charges of murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, theft, drug trafficking, carjacking, and witness intimidation. That's a long-ass list. Young Thug himself is depicted as a mob boss, with multiple crimes listed in the indictment for which he is not being charged. These overt acts include drug possession with the intent to sell and making threats to kill a man in a mall. But they support the larger accusation that the group was involved in a criminal conspiracy. The indictment also accuses YSL members of renting a car used in the 2015 killing of a rival gang leader and the attempted murder of rapper YFN Lucci in jail earlier this year. And if that wasn't enough, Thug was later charged with 7 new criminal offenses following a police raid on his home. Among those facing charges is the beloved Atlanta rapper Gunna, who has made a name for himself in the industry with his smooth flow and hit tracks. But it seems that even fame and success couldn't protect him from the long arm of the law. Along with 8 of his accomplices, Gunna has accepted a plea bargain in the case, acknowledging that a trial would likely result in a guilty verdict. However, he still maintains his innocence, entering an Alford plea, a unique legal maneuver where a defendant acknowledges that the prosecution has enough evidence for a conviction but does not admit guilt. As for the remaining 6 members of YSL, 4 of them are without legal representation and 2 have yet to be apprehended by authorities. The shocking revelation is a connection to Lil Wayne, who was targeted in a 2015 shooting incident involving one of the members of the YSL gang, Pee Wee Roscoe. Despite initially being named as a co-conspirator in the incident, Lil Wayne was not charged, but the incident brings to light the disturbing reality that even the biggest names in the music industry may have ties to dangerous criminal organizations. Prosecutors have been using rap lyrics as evidence of gang ties and racketeering activity, but some experts argue that this is a violation of freedom of speech. Jay-Z and other notable artists have publicly supported Senate Bill S-7527, also known as Rap Music on Trial, which aims to restrict the use of songs in criminal proceedings. But the music industry isn't just sitting back and watching, they're fighting back with their own form of protest. Drake, for example, recently dropped a new track, Sticky, where he mentions the case with the lyrics, "Hey yo Eric, bring them girls to the stage, cause somebody's getting paid, and free Big Slime out the cage." And in the music video for Falling Back, he included the phrase, "Free YSL" as a title card. The hip-hop community is showing their support for Young Thug and Gunna and making sure their voices are heard in this ongoing case. As Killer Mike said, the music genre is not treated with respect as art because black people in this country are not acknowledged as full human beings, and if people permit the courts to prosecute these men premised on the characters they formed and the tales they tell in rhyme, they'll be at your door after that. After Thug's bail hearing, the team at 300 Elektra Entertainment, formerly 300 Entertainment, and Atlantic Records got to work, launching the petition to protect black art. The goal? To convince federal and state legislators to pass laws that limit the use of rap lyrics as evidence in court. Thug even recorded a special audio message urging fans to sign the petition, which 300 shared at Hot 97 Summer Jam. In Gunna, he wrote an open letter to fans and the public, which was distributed by the company. "I may not have my freedom, but I am innocent," he wrote. In a dramatic turn of events, Young Thug found himself in the middle of a high-stakes courtroom battle as prosecutors sought to link him to a Percocet pill found on the premises. But Thug's legal team fought back, furiously denying the accusations and pointing the finger at another party. The tension reached a fever pitch as the evidence was presented, with all eyes on Thug as he awaited the verdict. But in the end, justice prevailed. Thug was cleared of any wrongdoing and the real culprit was brought to light. The courtroom surveillance cameras captured the incriminating moment when co-defendant Khalif Adams allegedly passed the perk to Thug, according to a motion filed on January 19th. The case sent shockwaves through the industry as fans and fellow artists rallied around Thug and hailed his acquittal as a victory for truth and fairness. The responsible parties were charged and made their first appearances in court already. So, what's next? Young Thug has been locked up since his arrest in May and is currently going through a legal battle. But what's life like behind bars for the rapper? His attorney, Brian Steele, says it's not exactly a walk in the park. Steele recently filed an emergency motion describing the jail conditions as inhumane. Thug has been living in a windowless cell with only a bed and a toilet to keep him company. The light never goes off, making it impossible for the rapper to get any sleep, rest, or even meditate. The situation is even worse when it comes to entertainment. Thug has no access to TV, the internet, or any other form of media. He can't even work out or take a bath. What? Let alone have any human contact. Steele has requested bond for his client, but it has been denied for now. So what do you think is next? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time.